Ladies and gentlemen, people of Roscrea, first of all, I received a notification for a public meeting here in Roscrea, and as I always do, if I receive a notification over any issue for a meeting, I deem it necessary as a public representative to attend those meetings, to listen to what the people have to say and to react accordingly and assist in easing their concerns. This meeting is called today because the people of Roscrea have legitimate concerns about the number of asylum seekers and refugees that are in the town of Roscrea. For me, this is not a new topic, it's not a new subject. This is something that I addressed in the Dáil on 4 occasions last year in the last 12 months. I raised it with the Taoiseach, I raised it with the Taoiseach, I raised it with Minister Roderick O'Gorman. I was very forthright in the views that I expressed, but I was also respectful, and my language was careful, and I wasn't stoking up any racism, or I wasn't saying that Ireland wasn't welcoming refugees. But what I did say very strongly about Roscrea, I said that I had had several meetings in Roscrea, that I had led a deputation to the Minister which was representative of the people of Roscrea, and when Sean Ross Abbey was taken over and redeveloped and remodelled as an asylum centre, we got an assurance that a cap would be put on the number of asylum seekers that would be accommodated there. And I regretfully say that that commitment that I received and received in writing was not honoured, it was reneged on. We then had a situation where the convent was taken over and Ukrainian refugees were allocated to it, 400 families. And the people of Roscrea had no difficulty with that, because I met with all of the residents groups. We explained exactly what was happening, and those people were accorded a welcome, a full welcome, a welcome of generosity of spirit and kindness. And those people have settled, and there hasn't been difficulties. The problem here with this particular application was that, first of all, we got a commitment on various stages on the record of the Dáil that in advance of any relocations happening, that public representatives would be consulted, that local leadership groups would be consulted. I have to say on this occasion there was zero consultation. The first I heard of it was when we received the email telling us that it was a done deal and that 160 families would be entering Racket Hall. Now, over the last, first of all, can I say, I'm coming to Roscrea a long time, and I always make it my business, as I said, to attend meetings and to listen to hear what people have said. And I think I know the people of Roscrea. Roscrea is a traditional rural town. Roscrea is a friendly, welcoming people. It's a welcoming place. A people who have shown great generosity and spirit of kindness to refugees already. A town with a great community spirit. A town that has coped with a lot of setbacks and a lot of adversities. A town that is fighting back. And I have worked very closely over the past 2 years with community groups here, community and voluntary groups. They have done fantastic work behind the scenes. And I refer to the REACH project, I refer to the other big projects that are sanctioned for Roscrea. And the irony of it is that those projects have been sanctioned under the Urban Regeneration Scheme, which is a scheme where the government set aside millions of pounds to redirect investment, to restore and to renew and to reinvigorate towns across the county. Roscrea has benefited enormously, and I want to acknowledge that the government have allocated in the region of 15 million to Roscrea for these particular projects. Those projects are about to happen, or are on the way to happening, because of the leadership, the commitment and the dedication of the voluntary groups and the community groups that I have worked with. And it really is ironic that when we're making that investment to renew the town, another state agency comes on and snatches our hotel from under us. That hotel is central to the commercial life of Roscrea. People need a place to stay when they visit Roscrea. That hotel has been used for birthdays, it has been used for confirmations, for first communions, for lunch after funerals. It has been booked for events, it has been booked for functions. It's a hugely important asset to the town. And as I said, it's ironic and a sheer form of bad planning to think that an organisation within the state agency could actually take that from the town that is helping to support and assist in other ways. The projects that I'm talking about here in Roscrea will help to renew the town. They're enterprise projects, they're projects that will create jobs, they're projects that will lift the local economy, and they're absolutely vital to the future of Roscrea, and I will continue to work with the people in that regard. Can I say, my difficulty, I have no difficulty, and everybody knows that I'm careful, I'm cautious, I'm respectful, and I am considerate to the people who need our support and assistance as a country. Ireland has done its bit, we have taken our fair share. We have been exceptionally upfront in leading other European countries. Part of the problem that we have in Ireland is that we have reached a situation where we have a problem with capacity. We have a capacity here in Roscrea. Our classrooms are full, our GPs are full, our medical centres are full. Our hospital in Limerick cannot deal or cope with the number of people from around North Tipperary that are going to waiting lists, and the longest waiting time in the country for a hospital in accident and emergency. That's my problem. My problem is not the refugees. My problem is that we do not have the resources, we do not have the infrastructure, we do not have the capability to afford these people what they're entitled to: accommodation, access to medical care, access for their children to educational. Anybody that tells me that we can magic all those necessary items out of the agenda is not going to happen. And the other thing, we got a commitment in relation to the Garda station here in Roscrea. The Garda station is closed at night. The numbers of Gardaí have dwindled from 27 down to 7. They're under enormous pressure. They're responding and reacting to numerous incidents around the town. They're doing their best to control the situation, but they're getting no support. They didn't get the initial numbers. I requested that the Garda numbers be supplemented here in Roscrea. That hasn't happened. And that's aggravating a situation because people feel vulnerable because they don't have security at their fingertips when they require it. I think every town, every village, and I have supported local communities right across Tipperary, every one of us have to share the burden in terms of accepting numbers of refugees and asylum seekers. Roscrea has done its bit. Roscrea has taken more than its share. And the hotel, as we all know, the hotel is vital to the future of the town.
Mike, are you willing to go out after the meeting to the hotel? Are you willing to go out and support the people out there, please? Yeah, I'll just ask that question. Are you willing to go out and support the people after? Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
The town of Roscrea has been transformed with the influx of refugees. And I'm meeting people in this town who tell me that the town is losing its identity, that it's losing its character, that it's losing its sense of community, because there are so many new people in the town. They don't have the same connectivity, they don't have the same camaraderie as they previously had. So I'm saying to you today that I've made my position very clear to the government in relation to this. I think the government has to review its policy. It has gone to a critical stage where the government has to ask the question, is it fair to say to people who are fleeing war or fleeing some personal safety in some other country, is it fair to them to bring them in here in the false expectation that we can continue to provide accommodation for them and that we can continue to provide access to the vital services that they need? I think that question has to be asked. I am asking that question of the government. In the meantime, we will monitor what's happening here in Roscrea. I will continue to have your interests at heart. And as I said, I know that the people of Roscrea, you're not anti-immigrants, you're not racist, but you do accept one thing, and I accept it, that this town has taken more than its share and that its capacity has been extended beyond the limits. So we continue to keep in touch.
Very much, Deputy Lowry. Could we call on Deputy Matthew McGrath, please?
So I've been told that Michael Lowry is going to go out. Someone just told me there beside me that he has agreed to go out to Racket Hall after this. So Matty McGrath here now. That's Martin Brown there, fellow in the white shirt. And beside him is the young fella who is
Good afternoon,
put forward by
Paddy
Sinn
Gallagher.
Féin here in
Apologies
this
for being
local
late.
area for
I'm delighted
running
to
the
see you
locals.
today. There's large numbers, and as Deputy Lowry, probably others have said, you're a welcoming people and good people, and you're not far right or far left or far anything. You're concerned about your town, your future, and your families and your children and grandchildren, and rightly so. I'm the same as the other Rockets members. I got an email, I got a text I think about 2 o'clock on Thursday, and to say there'd be a briefing note issued at 4 o'clock, and there was the briefing note. But this is government policy. I've sat down with Roddy Cook-Gorman and his Junior Minister, Joe O'Brien, and they've told me, I was the company Michael Collins, another TD, thankfully with me, and he told me, look, this is going to keep continuing. We'll have 5 or 10,000 every year to come and just get over it. It's government policy, and this is the problem I have. Government policy, as Deputy Lowry said, trying to rejuvenate towns was supposed to be, but killing the spirit of communities then by not engaging, or indeed respecting the people of Ireland. And a sign there, government have gone rogue. They're very rogue, this government. They're more like a dictatorship. But unfortunately, they have support of government backbenchers, they have support of independents, and they're getting it all the time. I've raised this issue in the Dáil for the last 8 months, 10 months even, looking for a debate in our national parliament. Imagine, I couldn't get a debate. Got one there about a month ago, used their own time, a rural independent time, and nobody came in to address it. No government backbenchers from Tipperary came in, no government backbenchers from any party came in, a couple of Sinn Féin, and they all ridiculed us. So the government hadn't to do anything to defy our motion. We wanted just a calm, reasonable and understanding debate, and we were vilified and called everything. And then we called a vote the night after, and you have to get 10 people to stand up for a vote. We could only get 8, and no TDs from Tipperary stood up to support us. None. No debate in Dáil, and this has been debated in every workplace, every office, every car, every taxi, every bus. It's the topic of the nation, but we can't discuss it in our own parliament. The Dáil goes back next Wednesday, and the Taoiseach won't be there. He's too busy, he's in Davos.
Ah, for God's sake. With his bosses, yeah?
In Davos, yeah, next Tuesday. The Taoiseach next Wednesday. The Taoiseach won't be here either. We've been out for a month, and he thinks it's more important to be in Davos, where he's not elected to. They have no responsibility to this country, and that's where he's at the Economic Forum. That's what he's interested in. And Micheál Martin in some other part of, I don't know where he's at the moment, but wherever he is, he's not far enough away as far as I'm concerned, but he's not interested in the Irish people. Not interested in the Irish people, and I'm sorry to say that. And I represent the Irish people as best I can. I make mistakes. I'd be vilified in the media. That doesn't really bother me about the media, because the media now are just a mouthpiece for the government. That's what they've become.
Absolutely, here.
Not Tip FM, I want to salute Tip FM.
Yep.
I want to salute Tip FM. And then we have the so-called new next government, Sinn Féin, and I tell them now, they used to be a Republican Party, they're now a globalist party. They're sitting there, every policy the government have, not in a wink. Phony opposition about this debate and that debate, but on this issue,